If you are highly ethical, highly empathetic, you could be putting on yourself unnecessary restrictions that are affecting your results when it comes to cold emailing, cold calling, cold outreach in general. And by you being a good person in your eyes, without clear rules, you could be hampering your results. I saw this for myself. I saw this every from the first moment I started my sales career, and I even saw something like this recently. So what this video is about setting up clear rules and agreeing, me with myself, you agree with yourself, what your rules are. And as long as we stick into those rules, we are free to go and reach out to everyone we want. So this is called Email Ethics: Clear rules for scaling your outreach. In any cold email scenario, there are four stakeholders. There is a sender, us, business developer, salesperson, service provider. There are recipients, people reading emails, and there are also government regulators and email service providers, which I won't be. So this is about compliance and this is about deliverability. So this is something I'm gonna skip because that's a whole different topic. So let's just look at us and look at recipients and define the ethics for operating within for those two parties. So for the sender, for myself, the first rule is I need to have the right offer that delivers value. And this is something not really clear for people from outside the sales, and especially when we just transition into sales or business development. There is that thing in the society that permeates the society saying, hey, salespeople, they're creepy, they're bothering people, they are not the right people to deal with, they're wrong, they're weird, and so on. And that thing, and as much as we resist it, if you even have a little bit of empathy, a little bit of a nice person, you will have that thing affecting you for sure. So how do we know that we're doing the right thing? First thing to realize is that the world lives because we sell something. All technological improvement, all improvement in the quality of life, everything that good that exists in the world is because someone created it and then somewhat offered it to another person. So outreach is about making someone's life, someone's business, someone's operations cheaper, better, faster. It's how companies work with each other. They sell things to each other so each company can operate more efficiently, and this is how we grow as a society. So if I'm selling the right offer that's going to make someone's life better, cheaper, faster, someone's business better, cheaper, faster, I'm delivering value. It's unethical for me to sit there quiet and not show it to other people. It's my right, it's my duty to the society to reach out to the others and say, hey, I have this great thing, you have to try it, and you will save money, you will save time, you will create better products, better, cheaper, faster. If I have that offer, I'm within my own boundaries of ethics. And you define your own boundaries, but look at your offer, realize what kind of good incremental improvement it brings to your customers, and realize, hey, you have the right offer, and that's why it is absolutely ethical to offer your product or service to your clients. So that's the first rule of ethics. Second rule of ethics is the right audience. What happens with spam? If you sell your products to people who don't need it, they're not going to appreciate it. But if you put a bit of thought and a bit of work at creating a targeted list of people who need your product, who can benefit from your product, if you do your outreach in a targeted way, then hey, it's a very clear understanding on how you can improve the day-to-day work or life of this particular person. So second rule of ethics for me as a sender is that I put some thought in who I'm contacting and how I can make their life better. So I'm doing my own targeted outreach. So those two rules of ethics for me as a sender. And as long as I'm sticking to it, I have a free rein to go. Now, there is a thing that confuses and overlays over it. It's what I would call a noise. And this noise is fear of bothering people and fear of rejection. And that has nothing to do with ethics. So if I'm afraid of bothering people, that is my own bug. That is my own issue that I need to overcome. Fear of rejection, if I'm afraid to reach out to someone because they're going to reject me, that is not because I'm unethical. It's because I have a fear. And it's just my work on my fears, which has nothing to do with my work. It has nothing to do with my business. It's this fear I need to focus on and not stop reaching out to people. So every time I experience those emotions, it's my role as a human being to look into those emotions, not stop reaching out to people, not to stop selling my products, not to scale my outreach, but look into my fears and say, is this just my fear of bothering people that was instilled for some silly reason into me through my upbringing? I should deal with my fears, not stop outreach. I should deal with my fear of bothering people. I should deal with my fear of rejection. I'm offering great product. Fear is irrational. Let's work on my fear instead of scaling down the outreach. I'm within my boundaries. Now let's look at the second party that I mentioned here is the recipient. And notice I copied the slide. I didn't come up with anything new, super lazy way of making this presentation. How do we make sure that on the recipient's end, they're happy with our outreach? And it's exactly the same two things, right offer that delivers value. What is spam? Especially like, let's look at the cold emails, an example. What is a spam from the perspective of cold emails? That's like some enlargement pills. It's like a Nigerian prince leaving you inheritance. It's like something absolutely irrelevant to my day-to-day life. But like say recently, like sometimes I get cold emails saying, "Hey Andre, we can get you into a podcast so you can talk about your experience and connect with other people in your industry." Like I don't want to take advantage of this right now. It's not my priority right now. But I understand why someone is contacting me. I understand the value of this offer, and although I cannot take advantage of it, I don't perceive it as spam because it's a valuable offer that I can take advantage of in some future. In some future, I could consider doing myself. So think of it. If you are selling the product that delivers value from the recipient's perspective, they're not going to perceive it as spam. They only perceive spam things that are not relevant for them. And the second element, exactly the same element, right audience, targeted outreach. If this offer is for me, so if I'm an accountant and I'm getting an offer for like a construction worker, like I can't take advantage of it. Even if that offer is professional, delivers value, if it's not for me, then like it's spam. But if someone created an offer for my position title or based on some other selection criteria that scream, this is me, I recognize why this offer is relevant to someone like me. So like, for example, lots of my clients sell products for cell biology research, and we reach out to cell biologists working in biotech and pharma and academia. And even if that cell biologist doesn't want our product, they understand what that product is about. They learn something about new product. They understand why we're reaching out to them. And I have an offer right now that gets a lot of no's, but those are thank you no's. So like, oh, thank you so much. We cannot take advantage of this right now. So I have an offer where for one positive, I get about 10 not interested, but all those not interested, it's not like someone just hit spam and just deleted me forever. They're just like, thank you so much for contacting me. Unfortunately, we cannot do that right now. So, but we'll keep you in mind in the future, blah, 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 blah. So right audience, targeted outreach, even when someone cannot take advantage of your offer, it still works. So again, if you are selling the products you believe in, put some thought into creating your list. From the recipient's perspective, they're okay, they're happy. Now, with recipients, there is also noise. And recipients do get spam. Recipients do get phishing emails. There is lots of dishonest operators sending cold emails. Just because they do it doesn't mean that you should stop sending your cold emails. Yes, there is noise in the world. There is bad things in the world. There are people who send in spammy cold emails or sending fishy cold emails. It's like, that's unfortunate, but maybe you can do the world a better place if we start sending more good cold emails, and spam and phishing and cold emailing will have less bad reputation because of us. But just because someone's sending spam, because someone's sending phishing emails, doesn't mean that we should stop or scale or somehow reduce our activity with cold email. Now, second element of noise is people in bad mood. Now and then, I get emails angry. Someone is angry that I email them, and They put some effort into letting me know that they're angry. Now, that is nice. That is affecting my emotions. That is a rude rejection, tough rejection that I get it. But guess what? If you done any donor-king cold calling, cold emailing, any kind of cold outreach, LinkedIn, you'll know that those people are super rare. It's not they're super rare, they are so rare that when that happens, when that worst case scenario happens, you realize it's just the person in a bad mood. Has nothing to do with my offer, that is valid offer. It has nothing to do with my target audience selection. It's just I hate that person. I had a person like this recently who just like, why are you saying hello to me? Do you know me by first name? Like really angry cold email. And then I looked at the period for which I got this first cold email. It was first bad response in 8 months. During those 8 months, I received thousands of positive responses, or even not interested, but in a neutral or positive way. And that was the first person in 8 months, with all the thousands and thousands of cold emails I'm sending each week, that just replied negatively. So people in bad mood, when they reply you badly, first of all, if you're afraid to reach out to people because they're gonna send you angry messages or complain about you or file complaints, realize that they are insanely rare. And when that happens, you realize that it's nothing to do with you, it's just something to do with them. That's the noise. So those are my rules. As long as I sell the products that are making the world a better place, making someone's lives easier, as long as I believe in my products, I have a free reign to go and sell them. And second rule for me, as long as I'm reaching out to people who can take advantage of those products, I'm not spamming them, I'm offering them value. So those are two of my rules of ethics for cold emailing. And you define your own rules and then start operating those rules and take off yourself any other restrictions other than the rules that you define for yourself.